Good evening, everyone. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you to our school's annual MEP concert tonight. At RGS, we have always impressed on our girls the need to use their gifts and talents to serve the wider community. As such, I'm especially heartened that our MEP girls have used this concert platform to do just that. This evening's concert is much more than a showcase of musical talents. It aims to raise spirits and encourage the heart during especially difficult times brought about by the pandemic, which has also shone a spotlight on issues of mental health and the importance of balanced wellness. Moreover, since our move to Anderson Road to Braddell Rise, we have constantly sought to reach out to encourage our girls to do this, reaching out to the Braddell Toa Payoh community, and our MEP students have invited members of several organizations and institutions in the vicinity, some of which RGS has worked with closely in the past 2 years. If you are a member of Lions Befrienders, Assisi Hospice, Faith Acts, Sin Yuan Community Care, Heartstrings, and Lighthouse School, I would like to especially welcome you tonight. To everyone tuning in, thank you for supporting our girls. I very much hope that you will enjoy the performances tonight and that the music and stories you will hear will encourage you in one way or another. I wish everyone well and am keeping my fingers crossed that we will be able to welcome you to our Braddell Rise campus physically next year and not just virtually. Now, without much further ado, take it away, girls.
Have you ever struggled with the inner conflict between what you are and what you think you should be? Well, you're not alone, and boy, do I have a story for you. If you will, come sit down and I'll share my experience. With a side of Around the Clock by Pearl Shatok as well. It's kind of shameful to admit, but I used to only see music as a string of notes on a score sheet to mindlessly play. It seemed like everybody else lived and breathed the classical music that put me to sleep. I just could not connect, and this made me feel extremely alienated. When I was 13, my sense of self fell into a very precarious balance as a result of these feelings of alienation. It seemed like being inclined to classical music was the standard, and I was scared to share my fascination with rap or music from video games. They just did not line up with the opuses, symphonies, and concertos that some of my peers could list off the top of their heads. The imposter syndrome hit hard. I couldn't help but keep asking myself, why? Why couldn't I feel the same passion and excitement for classical music? Why wasn't I inclined to make a Spotify playlist of classical music to listen to? Music, a major aspect of my life, was tearing at me from the inside. I felt like I didn't belong. Hatred towards my harp that reminded me of my unculturedness started to grow. But then I started learning my first jazz piece, Around the Clock Suite, and it was like that bridge I needed to finally connect myself to music again. I loved the playing style on the harp, and the funkier jazz was simply a breath of fresh air from years of learning classical music. There's just something so exciting and intensely fun about doing pedal slides, a technique on the harp. This suite is full of them. It also has strums and knocking, which you'll hear in the next movement. The first movement of the Around the Clock suite I learned was the third one, Harborside at Midnight. The emphasis on rhythm and higher energy of this movement just puts me in a better mood. You can just tell Pearl Shatok, this suite's composer, had loads of fun composing and playing this too. Playing this piece was not a personal project. It was for an exam. And that was what filled the disconnect between the music that I personally enjoyed and the distant classical music that seemed standard. It helped me regain my sense of self in realizing that music is an art form for all people. And the barrier between me and the music community that I wanted so badly to fit in with was mostly self-made. If I were a jigsaw puzzle, the suite would be the middle piece that completes me.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Sri Shirin, and tonight I will be playing the Andante of Violin Sonata No. 2 by J.S. Bach. This piece has been my anchor and support throughout stressful periods. It is a pretty simple piece, but that's the charm of it. Listening to this piece makes me feel calmer and offers me a sense of stability. Most people think Bach's music is boring, but I think not. Listening to Bach's music puts me in my happy bubble. It acts like a barrier which prevents anything that is stressing me out from entering. This way, I have been able to maintain good composure and stay relaxed. I like to say that Bach's music is for anyone and everyone. It has always brightened up my mood and it helps me express what I really feel at the present. This Andante has unsurprisingly been my go-to piece during exam season, and playing it when I feel low has kept me going. It means a lot to me, and I hope through my performance, you will be able to gain some inspiration and find composure.
Hi, Tishan. How have you been lately?
Hi, Jingqi. I've been quite upset about the recent restrictions and how the number of cases hasn't gone down yet. This period of time has been so difficult.
Yes, I wish I could go out with my friends. It's been so long since we have gone out together, or since our choir has been singing together.
Oh, well, I have just the song to lift up your spirits. Good evening, everyone. We are the year ones from RGS MEP, and we will be bringing you a song titled Different Stories, One Heartbeat.
It was composed by Neha Rajkumar from the class of 2020.
We hope that its lively and catchy tune will lift up your spirits.
May it also encourage everyone to keep working together as one community, because together we can get through difficult times.
Yes, that's exactly what happened with the making of this item. Our class was not able to meet up face to face and had to put it together online.
Though the process has been tough, it has also been enriching and definitely fun. With that, please sit back and enjoy our Year 1 MEP class performance of
Different Stories, One Heartbeat.
Stories, but here we start anew. Fresh page of a different chapter. There's lots of things that we can do. Before you put your pen to paper, just look around and see. There's friends to meet and risks to take before we write our destiny. Every story goes one page at a time, and we've got years to write our own. Our stories may be different, but our hearts are not alone. Every heart goes one beat at a time, and secretly we are complete. And in every share different stories, one heartbeat. An adventure lies ahead with twists along the way, and all that we do will always push through with love will seize the day. Every story goes one page at a time, and we've got years to write our own. Our stories may be different, but our hearts are not alone. Every heart goes one beat at a time, and secretly we are complete. And then we share different stories. One heartbeat, our stories come together to form a tapestry. One heartbeat, our hearts free. Together we beat for you and me. One heartbeat, our stories come together to form a tapestry. One heartbeat, our hearts free. Together we beat for you and me. Every story goes one page at a time, and we've got years to write our own. Our stories may be different, but our hearts are not alone. Every heart goes one beat at a time, and secretly we are complete. And then we share different stories, one heartbeat.
Hi everyone, I'm Vivian Lee, and tonight I will be sharing a piano work by Chopin titled Nocturne in B Major, Opus 9 number 3. This piece makes me reminisce pre-COVID days and also encourages me whenever I grapple with feelings of isolation and loneliness. I wonder what moments each of you really miss when we talk about pre-COVID times. For me, I really miss big gatherings to celebrate birthdays and other occasions. I have always felt that birthday gatherings are important to encourage friendships and celebrate one another. So not being able to celebrate mine with my friends this year was definitely a real bummer. Sometimes, I even feel angry about the situation, and this parallels the middle section of the work, where the longing transforms into a period of darkness and rage. But the thing about this piece is that the angst of the music does not last. It subsides and seamlessly transitions back to the beautiful nostalgic section. As such, each time I practice this piece, it was a reminder for me to let go of negative emotions and find peace in the midst of solitude and longing. I would thus like to dedicate my performance to those of you who have felt moments of loneliness and frustration at some point during COVID times, and encourage everyone to cling onto the hope that we will soon have big gatherings again. With that, I hope you enjoy my rendition of Chopin's Nocturne in B major, Opus 9, number 3.
I'm Isabel Ong, and I'll be performing one of my favorite pieces, Wieniawski's Etude Caprice No. 2. When I first heard this piece, it instantly spoke to me as it reminded me of my musical journey over the years. When I was 8, I joined my first competition, naively thinking I was going to win. Of course, what really happened was I was ruthlessly kicked out of the first round. What I remember distinctly was the shame and regret as everyone stared at me when I burst into tears upon hearing the results. And it certainly wasn't my last encounter with disappointment. Competition after competition, I watched as others won while I was relegated to second best, no matter how hard I tried. This damaged my self-esteem to the point where I thought of giving up music, and a deep-seated anger grew within me. Similarly, Wieniawski's Etude Caprice No. 2 moves from a mood of despair and regret to anger, which really resonates with me given my experiences. Thankfully, over the years, I somehow discovered the power of hope and positivity, if not for which I would not be here performing for you tonight. This change is also captured in Wieniawski's piece, which transitions to hopefulness. As such, playing this work always reminds me not to give up even when things do not go my way. Today, I still have my fair share of challenges, and even learning this technically demanding piece wasn't easy. While my playing is still a work in progress, I sincerely hope my performance will be a testament to what one can achieve with a positive mindset, and that it encourages everyone watching to remain optimistic even in the face of difficulties. I now present to you Wieniawski's Etude Caprice No. 2.
Wow, Isabel's performance was so good.
Yeah, like Isabel, our batch also has had quite a journey. I can't believe we're year fours now. I still remember our batch item as year ones.
And our really stressful year 2 stage and experiences.
Time really flies. Even this concert is almost ending.
This last item of the concert is brought to you by the seniors in MEP.
The program states that it's a special item. Do you have any idea what it could be about?
Maybe something nostalgic. I definitely am in a nostalgic mood after graduation last month.
Like a throwback?
Oh, are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Yes, I think I am. This next item is especially for the seniors in the community who have done so much to shape our nation into what it is today.
We, the year 3s and 4s, wanted to do something meaningful as the older girls of the school. And after collecting several song requests from the older generation just last month, we got to work right away.
Our friends Lowy and Tingwen arranged a medley of songs that really bring back fond memories and the vibes of the golden days.
We found it really meaningful and we hope you're excited to hear what we have in store for you. Without further ado, we present the special item performed by the students from the MEP Year 3 and 4 classes.
Throwback to the golden days.
那南风吹来清凉，那夜莺啼声轻唱，天下的花儿都无梦，只有那夜来香吐露着芬芳。夜来香，我为你歌唱。夜来香，我为你思量。
And that brings us to the end of this performance. Before we go, we would like to thank several people without whom this concert would not have been possible. Firstly, we would like to thank our principal, Ms. Haslinda, and our deputy principals, Ms. Chin, Ms. Tan, and Mrs. Cherry Yen, for their unwavering support for MEP. We would also like to thank ICT staff, Mr. Yazid, Mr. Shahid, and Mr. Amin, for lending us tech support throughout our recording sessions. Ms. Lynette Shree and Mr. Jamal from Corp Comms for assisting us with publicity on RGS social media. Myra Budiputri from Class 305 for the beautifully designed poster, as well as Mrs. Lai Siu Yong for her guidance with the artwork. Ms. Karen Lau and her team of RGS counselors for the balanced wellness postcards that will be available for download shortly. On behalf of all students in RGS MEP, we would also like to thank our parents for supporting us in our musical pursuits, and all of you that tuned in tonight. We hope this evening has been as enjoyable and meaningful to you as it was for us. Before you log off, be sure to scan the QR code that we will now display for some free goodies. Thank you and have a good night.